Hello, so it finally feels like spring, so I've got a lovely spring starter here. First thing first, as ever, pop your oven on, 175 degrees, fan oven. Pop your bread in there for 10-15 minutes to get hot. And this is the starter that we're going to do. So we've got some chicken. Now this is quite small, yours is larger. I picked the pinky one for me, the tiny one. Some lemon confit that I've pickled. Some primavera vegetables, so peas, asparagus, green beans, etc. This is a dressing, it's kind of like a lemon Caesar dressing. We've got some truffle dressing as well, that's going to go on the chicken. And because I went outside and it was so lovely, you've not got this in there, but I'm just going to put a few little herb flowers on there. If you've got anything like that, you can pop it on there. Really, really simple this. So we're just going to get our chicken. And just off the plate, this truffle is incredibly strong. So we only want a tiny, tiny little bit on there. So we just put a little bit truffle on the chicken. You can pop some around the sides as well. Into the center of the plate. Then we just need a tiny bit of this dressing. Now I've given you too much here. But it is delicious, so please use it as a salad dressing, etc. Now you'll see, I got this out of the fridge, all of this stuff, about an hour before I wanted to use it. If you could do the same, please, otherwise everything's going to be fridge cold. And particularly the dressing wants to be about sort of like that, sort of dropping consistency. If you get it straight out of the fridge, it'll be rock hard. So I'm just going to basically pop this around here. So I just pop the final bits on there. And the lemon I've just popped around there, just diced it up if you want. You can just lay it straight over the top. That's not a problem. And then just to finish it, just a few of these flowers that I've got from the rosemary in our garden. So we've got a beautiful spring dish of ballotine of poached chicken with primavera vegetable and pickled lemon salad and truffle dressing. So on to our main course. We've got some beautiful Yorkshire beef cheek, just been braised for hours and hours and hours in red wine and aromats, etc. Really, really delicious, beautiful rich jus that we've made from the braising liquor. This is some spelt, which is an ancient grain. And I've made a puree of the dried set mushrooms. This is one of our signature things. It's a carrot that's been smoked and then confit in brown butter, an onion crisp, and some very seasonal wild garlic. So we tried to make this as easy as possible for you. I've vacuum packed the meat, and you're going to cook it in the vacuum bag. The first thing you need to do though is check that the vacuum bag is sealed. It should be like that, tight all around the meat. If it's not, because they do get tiny air holes in it, you're gonna have to just cook it in a pan. So message me and I'll give you instructions on that, but hopefully everybody should hold up. Dead easy though, stick it in there on a simmer, so bring it to a boil, knock it right down, and because of the shape of this, it's gonna take about 10 minutes. So it's gonna take 10 to 12 minutes depending on the size. While that's heating, I'm going to pop the carrot in for about 10 minutes just to cook in the oven. I'll just warm the spelt in the microwave. We can warm this jus in the pan, and I'm going to talk to you about the rest of the garnishing bit. So this has been poaching gently for 10 minutes. The carrot's been in the oven. The carrot's done. Just take that out. I've got asbestos fingers, so don't you do that. Remember, it's red hot. I just fish this out. Just cut it open. And you can see that I've got this on a J-cloth on a tray. This is the best way to work whenever you're doing anything like this. We just drain it off on here as well. It just stops any mess basically from getting onto your plate. Right, so I've got some wild garlic here as well that we're going to put on the dish. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can just drape it over the top and the residual heat we'll cook it. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to blanch it really quickly. We don't need to refresh it in cold water or anything. Just get your pan that you've been poaching your meat in. Get a sieve or something, or if you've got a slotted spoon to get it out, just pop it in there. I'm just going to pop this straight in there. It cooks really, really quick. Just need to wilt it. And that's it. So I'll pop that on my tray as well to drain with everything else. Spelt's been warmed just in the microwave. The jus, again, you can just warm in the microwave. I'm just going to pop it in this pan because I've got it here to hand. Just rinse it straight out. Don't need to do anything more than that with it. Okay. So at this point, just going to take some of this liquor and I'm just going to glaze it on top of the meat. You can do this on the plate, but it's just, I don't know, a bit of a chefy way of doing it, I guess. So first on the plate, my spelt with set puree. And my beef cheek. The smoked carrot. And dress it with my wild garlic. Now again, the types of garlic you've got varies. Obviously it's a wild product. Some of them are larger, some of them are smaller. Now for the jus, just a tiny bit. So let's see. On either side. And then finally, I've just got this crispy onion that we just pop on there. So there we've got it, a braised beef cheek with spelt and set puree, red wine sauce, wild garlic, smoked and confit carrot and onion crisp. So on to your dessert, and just one quick thing, because they do vary in shape, if your meat's not quite hot in the middle, you can just blitz it in the microwave, just 20 seconds, it's perfectly fine, doesn't make it tough at all. Sometimes, to be honest, if I had it, or just cooking a bit myself to reheat, that's how I'd do it. So, onto the dessert, I've tried to make it as simple as possible. So you've got 2 pieces of apple, there's 1 each, so that's 2 for 2 people. I've just got 1 here. What you might need to do is decant them out of this container because to get it hot might be a little bit difficult. We're going to microwave it, so it's got the caramel with it. So potentially put it in a larger container. The apple can be really, really delicate, so make sure that you are really careful getting it out of there because it could break up. We've got some creme anglaise here. I'm going to do it a bit kind of weird way around because the anglaise I'm not going to heat up. I'm going to keep that cold, so I've got that kind of hot, cold element. If you want your custard warming up, bear in mind this is proper custard that's made with eggs. So if you heat it too much, it'll split and you'll get scrambled eggs. So you've got to eat it really, really gently. And then we just got some oat and maple crumble and a little tweel. So all I'm going to do is just microwave this first. So I've heated it up, heated the apple up really, really gently underneath it. Pop into the middle of the plate. Just going to put a little bit of the caramel around the outside. I do like caramel, so I'm going to be quite generous with it. Got to be honest. And then some of my anglaise. So I'll pop some in the hole. crumble. And then it's finished with an apple twirl. So thanks ever so much once again. It's been amazing. Thanks for all your support over all this time. Not many more of these left now. If you could share your meals on social media, we'd really appreciate it. On Facebook and tag me in it. On Instagram, so it's either my personal Instagram, Michael Price, or the_kitchen_and_cook on Instagram. And thanks ever so much. Take care.